Alright, so today we are doing lesson 8-5. So this is kind of like the second day. It is the same note sheets that what we did yesterday. So we're just going to kind of go out of order from what you guys did yesterday. So we're actually going to start down here where it says volume of a pyramid. In the volume of a pyramid, the formula is volume, which is V, is equal to uppercase B, which means the area of the base times your height divided by 3. Just as a reminder for your volume of a prism, same thing, volume is equal to uppercase B, so that's the area of the base times your height. Okay, so when you have a pyramid with a triangular base, so as you can see, it is a triangle on the bottom, so that's what it sits on. Your base is a triangle. In order to find the area of your base, you have base times height divided by 2. So if you wanted to rewrite that to make it make a little bit more sense, you would have V is equal to B times H divided by 2, and all of that times the height of your pyramid. So height of pyramid, and everything divided by 3. Okay, similarly, when you have a pyramid with a rectangular base, so as you can see here, this is a rectangle. The area of your base would be length times width, or base times height, depending on how you looked at that. So we would have our length times width, then times the height of the pyramid again, so same thing, and then divided by 3. Okay, so go ahead and flip it to the next page, and we're going to look at example number 3. So it says find the volume of the pyramid round to the nearest tenth. Remember, volume is equal to the area of the base times the height divided by 3. So if you can see here, the base we have, our base is a rectangle. So we know for a rectangle, for area of a base, we just have base times height, or length times width, however you want to look at that. Okay, so for the base for the rectangle, we're going to have our length of 3.2 times our width of 1.4, and that is just representing your B. Okay, then we're going to multiply that by the height of your pyramid, which it says here is 2.8, and then we're going to divide the whole thing by 3. Okay, so from here we're going to multiply 3.2 times 1.4, which gives us 4.48, that's in our parentheses because that's the area of the base, times 2.8, divide everything by 3. So you would go ahead and do those calculations. And it does say to round to the nearest tenth. So you would get 4.1813 with a repeating sign. But remember, the tenth spot is the first spot after the decimal to the right. And you have to round that. So that 8 is going to round the 1 to a 2. So we would have our volume is 4.2. And because it is volume, it's going to be our units and then cubed. So 4.2 inches cubed. Okay, go ahead and turn on to the next page. We're going to go ahead and do example 4. So we're finding the volume again of this pyramid, and this is a triangular base. So remember, so the base is a triangle, and to find the area of the base, it's base times height divided by 2. So for our volume, for uppercase B, we're going to have 8.1 times 6.4, all of that divided by 2. Then we're going to do the height of the pyramid, which is 11, and divide everything by 3. So this one you have kind of an extra step because you have to divide by 2 for the triangle. So we have 8.1 times 6.4, and then divide that by 2, and we're going to get 25.92. We're going to have to multiply that by 11 and then divide by 3. So 25.92 times 11 is going to give us 285.12. Then we're going to go ahead and divide that by 3, and it does say round to the nearest tenth. This does give us 95.04, but we're going to round to the nearest tenth. So we're going to get 95.0, and that is going to be our units cubed again. So 95.0, and then meters cubed. All right. Moving on to number 5. So for example 5, it says the rectangular pyramid shown has a volume of 90 cubic inches. So it's telling you what the volume is. And it's saying that you want to find the height of the pyramid. So in our formula, we have V is equal to the area of the base times the height. We know our base is a rectangle. And we know that formula is base times height, or length times width. Okay, it does say again that our volume is 90. So we're going to go ahead and actually plug that in for V. So if we have 90 is equal to, then we have our length and our width of our rectangle, which is 5 times 9. I'm going to put that in parentheses just so we don't get confused. I'm going to times that by h because we don't know the height of the pyramid. So from here we're going to have 90 is equal to 5 times 9 is 45 times h. So from here, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have 90 is equal to 45h. Now there's two different things you could do. You could divide 45 by 3, or you could multiply by 3 on both sides and go from there. Because I'm going to simplify, I'm going to actually divide by 3. So I'm going to get 90 is equal to, and then 45 divided by 3 is actually 15h. And from here, you're going to have to divide by 15 on both sides. This is a refresher from a previous chapter where we were doing one-step equations. And then 90 divided by 15 is going to give us 6. So that would mean the height of the pyramid is 6 inches. So you kind of had to work backwards with that one. But like I said, there are two different ways to do it. So you could also solve this one where you had 90 equals 45h divided by 3. You could multiply by 3 on both sides. So you'd have 90 times 3 to give you 270 equals 45h. And then you could divide by 45 this way, and you would still get the same answer of 6. So there's two different ways that you can solve it. I just simplified the 45 divided by 3 first, rather than multiplying by 3 and then dividing. So it's up to you on how you want to do that. If you want to go ahead, you can, and practice some more, you can go ahead and try on the second page, number 3, 4, and 5, and just go ahead and check those answers with the key that is for today. Thanks so much.